Libra, something about this moment in your life feels strangely aligned. You've been sensing movement even on the days when everything looks still. You're noticing people changing, conversations shifting, and certain opportunities circling back around with new energy. You might not know what's forming yet, but you can feel the pressure building behind the scenes. And you're right, something is preparing to open that you thought was permanently shut. Hi, love. It's Ira. Let me show you exactly what's moving toward you, because your energy has started attracting things you didn't even realize were watching you. The first energy that steps forward is the Two of Wands, and it shows the exact place where your life is about to stretch wider. This energy tells me you've been living in a mental in-between, half committed to a path, but still holding yourself back out of habit. You've been evaluating, replaying, recalculating, all perfectly normal. But it's kept you standing at the window instead of walking through the door. This card arrives to show that you are now shifting from contemplation to movement. What stands out strongly here is how much your vision has grown. You're not settling for a small or safe version of your future anymore. That inner push you've been feeling to make a bigger leap, it's not imagination, it's alignment. The Two of Wands confirms that you're finally choosing direction instead of waiting for clarity to magically appear. There's also a strong energy of someone observing your progress from a distance. Someone who once underestimated what you could become. Without you chasing, you're beginning to appear on the mental radar of people who once ignored you. This card shows that your next move won't just change your own path. It will surprise people who assumed you'd stay where you were. Most importantly, this card marks the end of decision fatigue. The confusion you've been fighting through, it's dissolving. You're entering a phase where you trust your own instincts again, where the fog lifts and the horizon becomes obvious. This is your first confirmation that a closed door is preparing to open, but not the one you were staring at. The energy shifts next into the Queen of Pentacles, and this is where everything becomes grounded and real. This card highlights your ability to stabilize something in your life that was always draining you. Money, emotional labor, or the constant need to carry other people's weight. You've been giving more than you've been receiving. But the Queen shows your energy rebalancing. This card tells me that life is finally reflecting your effort instead of taking advantage of it. The support, resources, recognition, or respect you've been waiting for will now show up in a tangible way. Not loud, not dramatic, just consistent, stable, dependable, something that grows because you're nurturing it with maturity and clarity. It also shows a shift in how others see you. You're moving out of the role of someone who tries into the role of someone who handles. Someone people trust, someone people turn to, someone people want to invest in. Your energy is becoming more magnetic because you're suddenly giving off the vibe of someone who knows where they're going. This card also reveals a powerful message. The more you choose yourself, the faster the right people choose you. Doors open for the person who respects their own power, and Libra, you're finally doing that. The next card that flows in is the Knight of Swords, which brings motion where there was months of delay. This energy is direct, sharp, and decisive. Exactly what you've been craving. It shows someone stepping toward you with unexpected honesty, clarity, or opportunities. You won't need to guess their intentions. They'll be straightforward in a way you haven't felt in a long time. This card also reflects your own internal shift. You're no longer overthinking everything. You're acting faster, trusting faster, moving faster. The Knight shows that you're entering a mindset where fear no longer wins by default. You're tired of waiting for perfect timing, and now you're ready to create your own momentum. But there's something deeper here. This card shows a bold idea arriving suddenly, something you want to pursue without hesitation. It might disrupt your current plan, but it will make perfect sense as soon as it appears. It will feel like clarity disguised as chaos. You'll know it when it shows up because your whole body will respond instantly. This is also where life becomes loud. Texts, opportunities, invitations, decisions, all speeding up at once. Where things were stagnant, movement returns. Where things were unclear, answers appear. You're being guided to trust the impulse that feels like fire, not fear. The next energy is the Strength card, and this one tells the truth about what you've been carrying. You've been strong for so long that people forget you ever struggle. You've handled situations that should have broken you, quietly, privately, without asking for applause. This card appears to honor that, but also to show that you don't need to endure anymore. Strength here isn't about surviving difficulty. It's about finally stepping into ease. You're attracting situations that match your inner stability instead of testing it. Life isn't trying to break you open anymore. It's trying to reward you for not giving up on yourself, even on the days you were exhausted. This card also brings the message of emotional courage. You're becoming brave in a different way, not by pushing through pain, but by allowing yourself to want more. By choosing standards, boundaries, stability, honesty, by expecting more instead of settling. This is the kind of strength that changes the entire direction of a life. And here I pause. If you want your full 2026 forecast, love, career, finances, destiny shifts, and your major spiritual turning points, it's available for $155. This year is going to be powerful for you, and I want you to have the roadmap. Now the energy transitions into the Wheel of Fortune, which is where your luck begins to turn in a way you didn't anticipate. This card is always unexpected. Timing shifts, opportunities show up early, someone returns, someone leaves, something opens, something closes, but always in your favor. You're stepping into a cycle where things that previously felt stuck suddenly move with ease. What's important is that this will not come through the path you're currently focused on. The wheel shows a twist, a detour, a redirection that brings you something better than the thing you thought you were waiting for. A no turning into a yes, a delay becoming a blessing, a rejection turning into redirection. This card also shows that your life is aligning with the bigger cycles you've completed. The lessons you've learned aren't looping anymore. You're finishing karmic patterns, releasing old timelines, and entering the version of your life where your past no longer dictates your next step. Your only job during this shift is to stay open. Don't panic when something changes quickly. The wheel only moves when the universe is clearing space for something bigger. Next comes the Ace of Cups, a deeply emotional breakthrough. This is new love, new emotional support, new clarity, new self-worth. Something that fills you in a way you've never felt before. It brings softness after a long period of pressure. It brings warmth after months of numbness. The Ace of Cups shows that your heart is resetting. You're letting go of emotional survival mode and stepping into emotional receiving mode. The people entering your life now will feel different. Gentler, more sincere, more aligned, more consistent. The days of proving your worth are done. This card also opens space for a meaningful connection, romantic or otherwise, that has the potential to grow into something long-term. Not forced, not dramatic, not inconsistent, just real, mutual, healing. Someone whose energy feels like home, not homework. And for those of you healing from heartbreak, this card confirms emotional renewal. You're not returning to old cycles. You're outgrowing them. Your heart is finally choosing differently. The seventh energy is the Page of Pentacles, showing a new opportunity that begins small but grows into something long-term. This is the seed of your next chapter, a message, idea, offer, skill, or project that becomes more important than you expect. Something begins quietly, but it becomes one of the most rewarding paths of your year. This card also shows your willingness to start fresh. You're approaching something with curiosity instead of pressure, which allows it to grow naturally. You're learning without fear. You're experimenting without perfectionism. You're investing in something without needing immediate results. It also highlights a new timeline forming, one that prioritizes your stability, your growth, and your long-term happiness. What begins now will support you financially or emotionally in the months ahead. And love. If you're still here with me, make sure you like this video, share it, comment below, and subscribe. It helps more than you know, and it keeps you connected to your messages. Your final card is the Six of Swords, showing your transition into a calmer, clearer life path. You're leaving behind something mentally heavy, an obligation, a person, an identity, or an emotionally draining chapter. This is an escape. It's evolution. This card shows that you're moving toward a reality that matches your emotional intelligence. Less chaos, fewer mixed signals, more consistency. You're traveling mentally and emotionally into a place where you finally feel supported. The Six of Swords also brings a sign of physical movement. Travel, relocation, a shift in home environment, or the decision to move jobs or routines. It won't be dramatic. It will feel natural, even peaceful. Most importantly, this card confirms that your spirit team has been clearing the path ahead of you. You're not walking alone. The next door opening is not accidental. It's orchestrated. Affirmation for you: I release what has held me back, and I walk confidently into the doors opening for me now.